ICSAN,
the hub of governance professionals.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, and a very good morning to you. Welcome to Corporate Governance Platform, a program sponsored by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. My name is Olabisi Omidire. Today on Corporate Governance Platform, we're focusing on activities, programs, and import of the OYO State chapter of ICSAN. Activities, programs, and import of the OYO State chapter of ICSAN. My guest this morning is an online guest. He is the chairman of the OYO State chapter, Mr. SEYI ABIODUN, FCIS. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome to Corporate Governance Platform.
Good morning.
Right. Also here with me in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning to you, BC. Good morning to you, our guests, and all our listeners.
Okay, dear listener, this is how we kickstart the show. Mr. SEYI ABIODUN, sir, what are the major achievements of OYO State over the years?
Once again, thank you for having me this morning. OYO State chapter of ICSAN is an integral part of the larger ICSAN family. And over the years, from the various initiatives undertaken, for me, the greatest achievement is the fact that OYO State have been able to contribute in no small measure towards the enlargement of the membership database of the larger ICSAN family. And in other words, that has really helped in deepening the practices of good corporate governance, both in the private and public sectors of the Nigerian economy. So for me, I would say that is the major achievement over the years as far as the state chapter of ICSAN is concerned.
All right, amazing. So what have been the major achievements of the chapter now under your administration?
Yes, okay. Through the various initiatives that we've undertaken during the course of my stewardship as the chairman of the OYO State chapter of ICSAN, we've been able to organize some symposiums. We've been able to plan some symposiums with faculties drawn from ICSAN and then from other parts of the economy, from the public sector, from the private sector. The discussants are drawn from the rich faculty of ICSAN. And beyond that, we've met with the administrative body of Nigeria, for instance, just to showcase the value proposition of ICSAN towards deepening the practices of good corporate governance. And in other words, we've been able to tell them the value proposition by getting certified as a chartered administrator, as a chartered secretary. So that's much we've been able to do during this administration. And besides that, we've been doing our quarterly, leadership retreat. And this is where we ruminate on how best we can add value to the chapter and by extension the larger ICSAN family. So that is an ongoing exercise we've been doing, and we will continue to do that in a sustainable basis.
Now, OYO State chapter is one of the most vibrant chapters of ICSAN. What are your plans to sustain and build on this reputation?
Yes, as clearly mentioned and observed, yes, OYO State chapter has been very vibrant and is still very vibrant. And like I mentioned earlier on, we are a very integral part of the larger ICSAN family. And as I also mentioned, we have a lot of initiatives that we are presently undertaking to extend and to build upon what we've recorded so far. For instance, we've been up and running with the OYO State Civil Service, and we actually want to enable all the members of the civil service of OYO State in the area of corporate governance, corporate financial management, corporate admin. And our stories have resonated very well with the leadership of the OYO State Civil Service. And as I speak to you, we have planned a mega workshop which is going to happen in few weeks by the special grace of God. That is one of our initiatives to sustain the already recorded success over the years. Besides that, we also engage the administrative officers of Nigeria. We have met several times with their leadership, and they are open to, being members of ICSAN, and that is also one of the initiatives we are currently embarking on towards enlarging our membership database and towards deepening the practices of good corporate governance, mainly within the OYO State jurisdiction.
All right, still on the corporate governance platform, Eco 89.7, and our focus is activities, programs, and import of the OYO State chapter of ICSAN. My guest is Mr. SEYI ABIODUN, FCIS, the chairman of the OYO State chapter. Moving on, so what are some of the programs and activities, the forthcoming programs or activities of the chapter for the remaining period of the year? Can you please highlight them?
Okay. As I mentioned briefly, towards the end of the year, for instance, we have planned for a mega symposium in conjunction with one of the leading universities in Ibadan here, and the discussants are drawn from both private and public sectors. Discussants are drawn also from the academia, and it promises to be very, very informative, educative, and it's going to be very, very exciting. That is underway. And I also want to tell you that we also have a workshop that is planned for the senior civil servants in OYO State that has reached an advanced stage, and hopefully we are going to get that done before the end of the year. So basically, those are part of the programs we have before the year close by.
Okay, that's good. So let's talk about the coming year 2022. What are some of the programs and activities of the chapter for the forthcoming year?
Yeah, by the special grace of God, God sparing our lives beyond 2022, we have amazing programs highlighted for that year. First, we have our public practice day, the OYO State version of the public practice day. We're also going to be having our quarterly public lecture for the OYO State. And there's this program that we usually conduct for the law graduates of the University of Ibadan. It is titled What Next? Hopefully we are going to have that one also before the end of the first quarter of next year. And then we also have a lot of seminars and symposiums planned for that particular year also.
Okay.
In addition to the quarterly leadership retreats and other programs like wellness and fitness programs. So many events packed for that particular year.
Okay, briefly tell us the relationship of the chapter with other chapters of ICSAN.
Thank you for that. Actually, we have very good and cordial relationship with other chapters, and what you have mentioned is the fact that we also have a platform through which we exchange ideas. If there is anything, for instance, they are doing in Abuja chapter or probably in ABIODUN chapter that I feel it will add value to the chapter in Oyo State. We've simply, talk to ourselves and see how that can be replicated, and that is what we've been doing, and it's been very awesome. It's been very productive and very encouraging so far.
All right, then let's look at the location. Give us a little detail about the location of the chapter office in Oyo State, the contact person, and the phone number for those who may want to reach the chapter.
Well, the Oyo State ICSAN is situated in Ibadan, and the address is number 21 Joyce B Road, and this is off Ring Road, Okeado, Ibadan. Our contact person is Mr. Tunde Adelola, and he can be reached on 070-3280-1784. Maybe I should take that again.
Please.
Our person is Mr. Tunde Adelola, and he can be reached on 070-3280-1784.
Very good. So, on a parting note, what advice do you have for members of your chapter, members of the institute generally?
Yeah, you will agree with me that at the centerpiece of ICSAN is the practices of good ethical behavior, good ethical practices in business, good ethical practices in governance, and in every spheres of human endeavor. And besides that, I will always continue to admonish and implore every members of ICSAN in Oyo State chapter, and by extension the larger ICSAN family, to continue to imbibe the culture of good ethical practices wherever we found ourselves, and that we should continue to herald the message of ICSAN, the value proposition of ICSAN towards the practices of good ethical business, ethical behavior, both in the public sector and the private sector of the economy. By so doing, we'll have a society, egalitarian society, good business sustainability, and it will be better for every one of us. And this is basically what I want each and every one of us, both at the Oyo State chapter and the larger ICSAN family, to be obsessed with. So the message.
All right, then thank you so very much, Mr. SEYI ABIODUN, FCIS, Chairman, Oyo State Chapter, ICSAN. Coming over to Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. What information have you today?
Thank you very much, BC. The announcement we have for you today is on the ICSAN Graduate Internship Scheme. ICSAN Graduate Internship Scheme. The ICSAN Graduate Internship Scheme is a program of the Institute which was conceived as a platform to give fresh graduates of the Institute the opportunity to acquire hands-on experience in vital areas such as corporate governance, compliance, share registration, company secretarial practice, and other allied practical fields in reputable organizations in Nigeria. This is with a view to prepare them for the practical aspects of the profession. The scheme is for a period of 3 months in the first instance, but it may be extended at the instance of the engaging entity after communicating such intention to ICSAN. The internship scheme is mutually beneficial for both the interns and the engaging entities. The benefits of the scheme for the interns include enhancement of the opportunity of employment in diverse areas through strategic capacity building, as well as equipping those who want to set up their own firm with requisite knowledge and confidence. For the engaging entities, the benefits means that is derivable, means that they will be able to have the service of our graduates who are highly trained, multi-skilled professionals, some of whom already have backgrounds in fields like law, accounting, business administrations, among others, before being exposed to our well-known, robust, and rigorous professional examination. As such, the Institute's interns have already acquired training and developed basic competencies to make them value-adding to any organization, even in the course of their internship. A number of top companies and organizations, including manufacturing companies, oil companies, bank, and corporate secretarial firm are already partnering with us on this project. So the application form is available on the download section of the Institute website. Interested applicants will download the form, fill it, attach a passport-size photograph, and scan it back to the Institute via this email address I will call, kketefe@icsan.org, kketefe@icsan.org, and they should copy this email address, ceo@icsan.org, ceo@icsan.org. Visit our website. All the information you need on this scheme is already there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, then. Thank you so very much, Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. On this note, we come to the end of today's edition of Corporate Governance Platform on Equator 9.7 FM. And our guest is Mr. SEYI ABIODUN, FCIS, Chairman of the OYO State Chapter of ICSAN, who spoke on activities, programs, and impact of the OYO State Chapter of ICSAN. My name is Olabisi Omidire. Do join us again next week, Wednesday, for another edition of Corporate Governance Platform. Good morning.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.